today's video, we are gonna add texture bombing and Triplanar vector to our material in Unreal Engine 5. Okay, this video is gonna be slightly complicated compared to our previous videos. Okay, in this is our new Unreal Engine 5 material tutorial series. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, as you can see over here, this is the one which I have already created. I'll just no, I'll just put in the same window because for some reason my screen recorder doesn't want to take two windows simultaneously. Okay, yeah, I'll just put it over here, and then I can vary my tiling, and it'll also vary over here. Okay, I also added displacement in our texture. Okay, I'll I'll show you how to turn on and turn off displacement in the later part of this video. Okay, and yeah, I'll just keep it to 0.01, and you can see this is how it looks in zero point zero 0.01. It's still a bit too small, so I'll just change it to 0.005, 0.005. It is a bit larger compared to before, but still it is small. Okay, I'll just give it a nice value of 0.0005. Okay, now it looks good, pretty good. Okay, looks pretty good. Okay, you can see the bulges and the softens of every single point. Okay, but it is still it is now too large. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll just close this function. I'll just give it a value of 0.000. I think 1 will be too large, so 0.001. This should be fine. Yeah, this is actually the same. It is actually a similar scale to that of the original Megascans texture. Okay, now with for the next step, what I'm going to do is teach you how to create this. Okay, first what I'm going to do is create add all the textures you need. Okay, this is a displacement texture because this is a displacement texture. And for some mega scans asset, you won't be getting this displacement texture. If you're not getting this displacement texture, for displacement you can also use the blue channel of this mask picture. Okay, so I'll just control or copy this and then put it all here. Okay, now this is our mask, uh, this is our displacement, and this is our texture, and this is our normal. After getting it all, I'll just convert every single thing to texture object because our texture bombing will work only with the texture object. So I'll just convert everything into a texture object, and then I'll promote everything to a parameter. Okay, I'll just call it texture. This as I'll just call it. Oh, sorry, I just converted it back to texture sample. I'll just convert it to a parameter called displacement. I'll just keep it short. Okay, and this as normal, this as mask. Okay, after this what I'm going to do is I'm just going to call our texture I'm just going to call our texture bombing. Okay, texture bombing node. Okay, this is going to be our texture bombing node. I'm just going to connect this. I'm just going to duplicate everything to their respective position. I'll just call it texture. Just put over here and call it normal, comment it normal, and put it over here. I'll just comment it displacement. put it over here, and I'll just comment it, and I'll just put it over here. Okay. The next step is we creating some variables. Okay. I'm just gonna create promote not this one. I'll just create something called world position. Okay. And for this we are going to use our xy. Okay. I'm just going to create a name readout declaration node and call it world position xy. Okay. And I'm going to call all the world position xy. Pull it up there. I'm just going to increase the size a bit. Okay. And call this over there. Okay. And next I'm going to create a, a static scalar parameter named tiling. Okay. And I'm also going to create a named readout, call it tiling. Okay. And I'm also going to duplicate this, call it offset. Okay. And I'm going to create a name readout and call it offset. Okay. And I'm going to create another one called height map 2D, optional height map 2D. I'm just going to duplicate it, call it. Okay. And I'm going to create a name readout and I'm going to call it OHM2D. Okay. Just the short form. Okay. After this, I'm going to create contrast. I just okay. With this, and also a static bool input. I'll just promote this to a parameter. I'll just call it uh, enable HM. Okay, HM lerp. Okay, I'll just call it name readout EHML. Okay, now what I'm going to do is call all the name readouts. I call it over there. Okay, I create over there. What I call it OH. Yeah, and EHML. Okay, I am just going to copy every single thing. Copy. I'm just going to delete this. For normal, I'm going to push it over here and extend our screen, and I'm just going to paste it over in here and put it over here. And for this, I'm going to create a static bool and enable it. Okay, because it is our normal texture. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for my displacement texture and the same thing for my mask texture. Okay, and what I'm going to do is create another name readout in the ends, calling this T bombed. Okay, I'll just call it T bombed. Create another one, N bomb, and for this bombed, and for this mask bombed. Okay, after this, what I'm going to do is create a static switch. Okay, which is before this, I'm going to do something after this. Uh, yeah, I'm going to create set material attributes. Okay, I'm going to create set material attributes. Base color, metallic, specular. I don't want specular. Instead, I will take my where is it? Ambient occlusion, and instead of anisotropy, I'll take my displacement. Displacement. Yeah, displacement. I'll just add everything in this. Okay, P bond, and for this, where I didn't create normal. Yeah, normal. Okay, and here and bomb. For the other things, what I'm going to do is first I'm going to create a static bool parameter. Okay, static switch parameter. Yeah, I'm going to call it want wait is uh, has separate displacement texture. Okay, if true, what I'm going to do is get my this bond. Okay, and if false, what I'm going to do is get my I'll just connect it to my displacement. I'll just get my mask bond, and I'm gonna uh, break outflow three components. Or instead, what I'm gonna do is I just forgot break three components. You has some small bugs. Instead, I'm gonna use this one, split components. Okay? I'll add this, and for this, R is gonna be ambient occlusion, G is roughness, and B is metallic. And also for if we don't have separate displacement texture, we can use that for our displacement texture. Okay, sometimes it will be connected with our blue channel along with our metallic texture. Okay, and this is for our cell bond texture. And the next thing we are going to create is our uh, triplanar texture. Okay, for that, what I'm going to do is just put this and uh, call it texture. I'll just call it inputs, and I'll just add another name readout and world POS XYZ. Okay, now I'm gonna duplicate this over here. Okay, this is for texture, and instead of texture, I can use a name readout for all textures instead of creating two ones. It's okay. I'll use this. Okay, texture, and what I'm gonna do is create what is that? world texture, world align texture, okay, this one. And for texture size, I'm going to create a parameter called texture size, scalar parameter, okay, and get TS over here. And over here, I'm going to get my world position XYZ, okay, and this is going to be my try texture, okay. The next thing, I'm going to duplicate this again, comment it, call it texture, try. I'm going to duplicate it, call it normal try, normal try, okay. In this, what I'm going to do is instead of texture, I'm going to add my normal, okay. And instead of that, I'm going to break this world space now. I think I will turn this on. We'll just leave it over there. I don't want to do that. Normal, and I'm going to rename it called norm, okay. And I'm going to remove this one underscore one, duplicate it over here, and call it mask, okay. And mask try, okay. And norm try. I'm again going to duplicate it, call it displacement try, this try, okay. And for this norm, I'm going to delete it, and I'm also going to delete this, and I'll just rename this, okay. And for my mask, okay, yeah. Uh, the next thing I'm going to do is uh, get another. I'll just copy this, uh, comment it, I'll just call it bomb mat, okay. I'll just duplicate it, I'll just call it try mat. And in this try mat, what I'm going to do is remove all these values, um, try texture, and for this try, and for this mask try, and for this normal try, okay. And I'm going to call this name readout bomb mat, and I'll call this try mat. Okay, I'm gonna create another switch static switch parameter. Call it want bombing. Okay, and in this, if true, I will just get my bomb mat, and if false, I'll just get my try mat. And finally, connect this with our material attribute, our final material attribute. Okay, I'll just keep this default value as true. I'll just hit apply, save, and go over content browser. I'll just go over there and tutorials, material, and I'll just delete this. I tried something else and didn't work. That is my best possible output. Okay, so I'll just delete this and create a new material instance. Okay, I'll just call that over here and save it, close it, open this. Okay, now for offset and tiling, I'm going to give an offset of 100, and for tiling, I'm going to give the same value 0.001. Okay, save, and has separate displacement texture. I'm going to enable this. Okay, and for enable HTML, I'm going to enable it and want contrast of 1. Okay, not 1, I'll keep it 0.5, and yeah, if I look into my texture, you can see it's already starting to randomize the texture pattern, but we didn't still have our displacement. Okay, for enabling our display, and I'll also show you how my triplanar texture works. Okay, for that I'll just disable. What I'm going to do is increase our texture size. I'll just give it a value of 600. Okay, this is just the raw scale value. I'll just give some multiplication and other values. Okay, if I do that, you can see the texture isn't breaking. Okay, it is just like our original texture from Megascans, because Megascans already uses triplanar textures. Okay, the next thing what I'm going to do is add displacement in our texture. If I add triplanar, you can see the cell bombing vanished, and you are able to see the regular pattern similar to that of original Megascans. Okay, what I'm going to do is go into our tutorial material here and enable displacement. Okay, enable tessellation. Okay, I'll apply and hit save. Okay, note this will only work if your starting meshes has navigate enabled. Okay, for that I'm gonna go into our starting meshes, enable navigate support, apply changes, and save it. Okay, as you can see, we are able to get some displacement or texture. And the next thing is now I'm gonna turn back my cell bombing again. Now you can see some randomized texture variation, and also you can see the rocks being displayed. Okay, the next thing is instead of using those 600 and those giant values, what I'm gonna and a little multiply. I'm going to multiply the value. Okay, so uh, we won't just we won't be giving really big values to that. I'll just add a multiplication node and uh, connect this over here, connect it over here, and for this I'm going to give a value of 50. Okay, apply, and for this default value I'll give it a value of 1. Okay, I'll hit apply, save, and go over here. I'll turn off one bombing, change it to 5, maybe 6, maybe. No, I'll just keep it 12. Now you can see, okay, it is back to normal. I'll just save it and I'll just turn on cell bombing because it is more realistic. Because in natural environment there won't be any tiling, it won't be repetitive. So now, as you can see, you have easily learned how to add some normal texture variations in your materials. Okay, I don't recommend you using this placement because you can see in your optimization view modes and go into your share and quad complexity. Okay, compared to this, this is a lot performance consuming. Okay, so I won't recommend you using this placement texture for your large landscapes. Okay, for smaller landscape, it is okay to use, but for large landscape, it is simply not worth it. Okay. Next, I'm gonna teach you how to add some small color variations in your texture, okay? For that, go over here and in T-bomb, for T-bomb, what I'm gonna do is go over here, where's texture? Yeah, the texture is over here, okay? I'm just gonna pull it up and before this, I'm gonna give a constant 3 vector, convert it into a parameter called color variation, okay? And I'll just give it a default value of 1, uh, default value of 1, okay, FFFF, and I also create switch, static switch parameter, okay, want color variation. And what I'm going to do is, if I want color variation, I will add a multiply node, add my output over here, and to true. And for this, I'll connect it over here. And for false, we'll just take the value directly, default. Okay. I'll also copy the same to my texture, normal texture bombing. Okay. I'm going to paste it over here, put it, put these over here, and connect this to this. Okay. Apply. And if I go over there to our map, I'll just yeah, go over here. One color variation. I want color variation. So I'll just turn it on. And it is compiling. Now, if we go to a variation color, and I'm just gonna give it a value of red. Okay, so if I go over here, the material is red in color. Similarly, you can play with these values. Okay, these are the basics of creating somewhat customizable landscape mesh. Okay, landscape to the material. Okay, based on this, you can create your own material with different variations of your favor. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and for further content, please be to subscribe to my channel, and I'll just post videos from here on now daily. Okay, tomorrow I'll post a different material video. Okay, which is gonna be our automatic landscape material, which will based on our textures, based on our landscape's normal and height, it will just place automatically the textures or in our landscape. Thank you for watching this video. We'll meet in the next video.